gonna take a napkin and like some writing utensil or whatever I have, and just try my best to sketch the face of that being that
Okay,
we
it's
met in
working.
the forest. If
You're
I
trying to
can.
sketch the face of the man that you just saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll a. Fuck, I don't know. Here, let me hold on. God. What would that be?
It's
Slide
like
of.
it's
What are
like
we talking?
recalling
Sleight of
something.
hand. I would probably say sleight of hand, but it's more charismatic, right? It's more artistic than that.
I'm basically just trying to, from
Perf-
memory,
uh,
just
yeah, roll me a performance check.
okay. Word. Actually, that's
You're
fantastic.
performing some sort of art.
21.
Yeah, you get it dead on. You remember it and put it right. You've got a good flyer face.
I'm just gonna kind of drink my drink and just kind of like stare at it and really try to like commit that face to memory, and make sure like everything is really on point with the sketch.
Right. Yeah. No, you do a fantastic job. It's a very good portrait.
I'm not really paying too much attention to Arendelle. I'm kind of drinking my own drink, but I'm gonna wave as I'm looking around the bar. I'm gonna wave Durham over, and Durham, I wonder if you could get a drink for this gentleman over here, the Goliath, for me. And I'm gonna slide a coin across the table and buy a drink for the Goliath that's sitting at the bar.
Okay. Durham like yells over in some sort of language that you're unfamiliar with. Maybe I mean you've heard giant in the past, like actually a couple days ago, as he yells over in giant, and then the guy like looks up and looks at you, and nods, and gets up thank you, Ooh. And he puts his
You're
hand on
welcome,
his
Tom.
heart, and goes back and downs his drink.
I'm going to. I once knew a Goliath. He was a good friend of mine. Drink this in his memory for me.
Yeah, memory. Remember you? And he'll take the drink. Yeah, you're not really sure if he understood exactly what you're saying. Seems to mostly speak giant.
Hey, Durham. You got a moment?
Hey, what you need, son?
You seem to be a quite wise creature. Been around and seen a lot. I was wondering, have you ever heard of an elf named the Traveler?
Fuck. Let me get my dice. History check for Durham. Okay.
So, Devin, you should just share the link to the stream so I can open it up and watch it, and then share my screen on Discord, watching us,
Okay.
watching me. Yeah.
Watching the stream
I-
through YouTube on Discord.
Yeah, the Golden Arch. Right?
Yes.
Aye.
And I'm gonna flip around portrait.
Very-
Would this be the man?
Not him himself. There are some travelers, though. I can only say.
On Discord.
This creature here, he left a stain in my mind ever since we encountered him. He seems to be old, like real old.
Aye. Looks like, old Elvin. Those ears.
I didn't know they were still around. He seemed quite powerful too.
Must be Archfey.
What'd you say?
Archfey.
Archfey. Okay. And have have you seen this man before?
Not him. Maybe I feel like him. Not exactly him, though.
S- do they all call themselves the travelers?
No, no. I mean, Archfey.
Oh,
But the travelers, the followers of this man, and definitely the Golden Arch on their back of the cloaks. Come through.
interesting. Interesting. Does the followers do they have some sort of religious following around this creature?
Warlocks, we call them.
Warlocks. Are they? Are there many of them? I don't believe I've ever ran into a
You
warlock.
probably have. They're around. Get their powers from depths.
Well, I'm familiar with the depths, but speaking of this historical dive, I was wondering if I was able to talk to you about something for last night or for the other night.
Buddy.
And I'm gonna look around. Is Edu close to me? Is he sitting right by me?
Yeah. No, I'm sitting really close to you.
Oh, okay.
And I think I've perked up and am, hey, for what it's worth, I'm visibly paying attention to your
Okay.
conversation at the
So-
at the Golden Arches. Golden Arch talk. I
So-
perked up.
If that's the case, then I'll just keep talking about what we were just talking about, and not mention that if I notice you're there, obviously. Which I assume I would, do a quick look around.
Roll perception check. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like at the bar, about to say like a bad joke. I don't even do my left to right. Well, I don't know. What do you think, Master Edu? Didn't something seem a little bit off with that being?
The Traveler?
The
I think a
Traveler?
lot of things seemed off about that man. I have to tell you, this entire place gives me the willies. Well, not this, not Sigil, not here, obviously, Durham, but the entire place where we are, the Unicorn Run seems off. Everyone here seems off.
Then comes the sigil. Says he isn't scared. I know that you should be.
We should be.
It's a dangerous place, mate.
Do you know a good amount about the Unicorn's Run?
No, nothing.
Interesting. I mean,
Haven't heard of it.
when was the last time you have left this bar? Just out of curiosity.
As far as I can remember, never.
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 So most of your
Would you ever want to?
No. It's way better than being a rock.
Oh, so if you left Sigil, you'd revert back
Oh,
into your form.
No. Never tried.
Well, it's a very nice bar, so I understand why you like it here.
It's a living.
One more thing, Durham. I was wondering if there might be I don't know, some kind of pass or a safe path, quick path to the library around here. I was really wanting to check it out.
Aye, up the street. I showed you the last time.
Yeah, same way. Okay, yeah, I might.
Edu perks up at this. Edu heard that.
That's fine. Well, I mean, this is a chance to study some old texts that I don't think I'll ever have this opportunity again, so I might go check it out. Master Edu, would you like to join me?
Which Edu, I guess, because this is so close, this has only been within a few days. You don't remember him ever talking to Durham about shit like this, like ever even having the chance to have the conversation.
Well, yeah, and didn't he mention? Didn't they both just say going back the same way? Like
Had this
insinuating
conversation
that he's been
before.
this way before?
I
Yeah.
heard him already give him the map.
Yeah. I mean, Edu's dumb, but like
I just say that
Edu's
cool
feeling
town.
really smart. He remembered the shit about the new goblins and like how
There's good
he's like starting to
things.
become a Sherlock and
The only reason I say that is because there's plausible deniability that's like, well, maybe he came down here early, like while we were getting breakfast, but you don't know. But
yeah,
I would say with
yeah.
just a couple days ago, with the Tesseract being stolen, you would think of like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm going to I'd love to and I would love to come with you. Durham, how do we get back into the bar safely?
the bar. Okay. You see these words? And he writes it down in Dorvish, but also writes it down how you pronounce it in Common underneath. Sort of like the if you Google something, they'll give you the pronunciation in English. You know, like all underneath.
Thank
Can
you,
I
Durham.
commit that? I'm gonna try to commit that to memory the best I can. Is it just like a simple phrase? Like,
Also, you're the masters of the bar. If you just knock and say your name, I should be able to hear you.
hi, thank you very
Oh,
much.
very well. I didn't know that it was that easy. Okay.
It's just for
Thank you,
those who are not affiliated. Gives you a little bit of a safe fall if they try to escape from you.
I do appreciate that. I'm beginning to like this bar more and more every day, Durham.
It is crafted to the most highest standard.
It's a very special place.
Aye.
Well, Arundel, would you like to lead the way?
I believe he said it was just out there down the street. So yeah, sure. I'm gonna open the door out to Sigil. With a quick glance, do I see the lady in pain inside at all?
Not from the bar's entrance. You have to peek around the corner a little bit. Down the street, you would see the Lady of Pain sitting in the center.
Do I have to cross her path to get to the library, or is it the other way?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You would have to be within line of sight. But
I mean, she's floating in like the center of the donut, right? Isn't that the idea?
she's floating in
Okay,
the
so like
and there's a lot of
anywhere you go in Sigil, she sees you to some degree, right?
yes, exactly. I mean, she
So-
knows
Okay.
any evil's presence.
I
But
am gonna put my cloak up, and then. No, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna walk out there with you to cloak up, and I'm gonna try to stick to the shadows on the side.
And as you
I
walk
am-
the street, you hear
I'm
whispers.
keeping an eye out for the shapeshifter, for what it's worth, too.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Oh,
Roll perception check for me, actually, if you're gonna
Okay.
be intentionally keeping an eye out. But Jesse, you do hear whispers in the back of your head,
what are they
and
saying?
it says, "Tread carefully. We see you."
Okay.
And as they say, we see you. You all of a sudden warp back in your mind all the memories of the last 5 years since the event, and you feel that like it's almost a replication of your intentions of these memories. So they're
Okay.
saying that we'll let you tread, but we see you.
Okay. Can I? Does it feel like I can whisper back, respond?
You could try.
I will just say, I will try.
What's that you said?
That's in my head. I think I'm whispering, right?
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said, can I whisper
You
back?
hear
Right.
You hear that
That
like
was-
Habits of this aren't for trying, they're for doing.
and you can start to hear all the street chatter again, like start to come back into your ears as like the muffled like whispers go away.
Okay.
But yeah, so the matters of this aren't for trying, they're for doing.
All right. I'm just gonna keep my pace to the library, just kind of slow, just
Yeah.
normal walk, I guess.
Yeah, So you go up a couple streets. You look up, and all of a sudden you can see two cities essentially on like walls on either side of you as you're kind of in the center of the donut. Inside the tire. If you can think of like when you were a kid and you got inside of like one of those tires,
Mm-hmm.
the city just inside,
Just
like a
warps
big
up like a Doctor
yeah.
Strange.
You're like in the center of the tire looking up, and you see both ends of the city all kind of encroaching on you. The Lady of Pain in the center. It looks to be dark here. It's nighttime, but there's a lot of illumination, a lot of magic flowing around.
Wow.
On your walk there, you see all sorts of weird magical people on brooms flying around, going from one end to the other. All sorts of weird races you've never seen, like big sludge monsters. You see a creature that has an octopus face that's sort of like flipping out with large kind of pointed jacket and a large kind of brain behind it that's like flowing through, looking kind of creepily through the people. You see all sorts of there's like slaves being dropped down, and then all of a sudden, right next to it's like a fruit stand from the Feywild. Of some like immaculate fruit. And you walk down, you see banners everywhere, doors in all sorts of weird places. You see a staircase that inverts and gravity defying, almost like that painting, like they flip upside down walking on the staircase and then go through a door, and you hear screams behind it, as the tiefling walks through the door, and there's just all sorts of and then it shuts and you hear nothing.
Like MC
Another,
Escher.
another door has like brilliant light coming out, and you hear angelic singing coming out from the other one as this like nobleman sort of walks through this door. I mean, there's all sorts of things. What's that perception check?
13.
13. You don't see the man anywhere nearby.
I'm gonna kind of get a little closer to Arendelle.
Hey.
I think we should tread carefully around here. This place gives me the creeps.
Did you just say tread carefully? Yes, yeah, I agree. It's kind of a lot here. There doesn't seem to be much sense of this place as far as I can tell. I'm not used to this.
Did you see the devil door?
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell do you think goes on in there?
I would rather not find out, to be honest.
That's
think-
when I agree.
Alright, well, let's
Alright,
stay
well,
close.
let's get your business done at the library and let's get back to the bar.
Yeah, you like as you're watching all of this and you see this, like you go through a back alley and you see these people and elves and all sorts of things, but you follow the map and you get to this building that has this big statue of it's a golden book with platinum pages that seem to be kind of flipping, and every time they flip, a little spark of some like ethereal energy pops out, like little, like of different colors. And it does say the Library of Sigil.
Okay. I want to go up in there.
The library.
And
Alright,
it's got a little bit of a like underscript. Do any of you speak Elvish?
I do, yes.
It would say the universe's knowledge at your
Oh.
fingertips.
Alright, this is a pretty impressive library if I've ever seen one.
You do see a lot of scholars of all sorts of races coming in and out, talking to each other, reading these scrolls, talking, trying to figure out things, having academic conversations in all sorts of different languages. They're in and out of this library. It's almost like a university of but everybody's a professor, like the students are professors.
That's fantastic. Hey, what do you think of this kind of place, Edu? I never took you as much of a reader, but I appreciate you coming with me.
There is some information that I'm after. I thought perhaps this would be as good a place as any to get it. And Sigil seems like a dangerous place. I thought that it would be best that we stick together.
Hey, I appreciate the backup on this. I definitely agree after some of that stuff we saw on the way here. It was still kind of unnerving.
Yeah, I desperately want to get back to the bar as quickly as we can. What business do you need to get done here?
Well, as you know, I am a sage, and my entire life has been around trying to find and access information to what might be lost. And to be honest, right now, I don't feel like I have a super particular draw, but I wanted to check it out for a while now. I've heard of the Library of Sigil and its amazing wonders inside. I feel like a kid in a candy store.
I see. So you've never been here before?
I came to check it out once, but I've never stepped inside, no.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you gather your information? I'm going to ask around a moment for a little bit of information for myself, and let's reconvene in 5 minutes.
Sure, yes, absolutely.
After that,
Uh,
I think we should be heading back and calling it a night.
As you approach the, like, you walk up the stairs around, it's sort of stairs surrounding this monument, like the book that's flipping back and has all the writing on it. Um, you walk up to the doors and you see these people coming out of the doors, but they don't open. It's more of they like it's like a blob sort of effect, like the Mario doors almost. Like they come through, they just like seem to be walking through pretty normally and like talking at the same time as like they go boop, 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 and come through. But there's gigantic golden doors with all these runes and um, fractals, sort of just like deeply engraved in here.
is there a pretty, like, is it pretty, like, self-explanatory with, I've been here once before. Do I know how to search for certain things, like a normal library? Is it pretty organized, like
You've
such?
never been inside.
I've been here before.
You have been inside?
Uh-huh, yeah, I came
Okay,
here.
well then, yeah, you did I fuck? Did I explain it differently then?
No, it's pretty similar. I just wanted to make sure, like,
But you haven't. You walked into the doors.
because I did research last time on the Labyrinth Stone, and I'm trying to do a little bit more on that. And I think last time we said that it was moved from its uh, regular location in Sigil, but it's still here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I guess what I'm gonna look for is any and this was a while ago, so this is like history. I believe
Right.
I want to look up like the uh I guess the guards that she has,
Right.
like any information on them. I think they're called the oh Jesus Christ, they're called the Dash. Hold on. But basically her like military like
Yeah.
people
Roll an
who like
investigation
watch.
check.
All right. They're called Dabas.
Okay.
It's a she's served by a strange race of creatures called the Dabas.
Okay.
Oh, 18 plus a 23.
Okay. Yeah. You find it.
Investigation, I'm
It
proficient.
takes a while though. I mean, it is even with that, it is deep because these are not sort of, and it's all sort of seems to be like you find a book and you're reading through it and it alludes to another book. You're like, okay,
Yeah, that's
let's
kind of what I was feeling. I was
go.
gonna go on
You
a
go
chase
even
here.
deeper and you're like, okay, it's almost all in like code where somebody has been trying to at least bring this information out, but you have to be intuitive to figure out where to go to like find it. You do find one in the like almost catacombs of this library that you start to read on.
I would, yeah. Does it have any information on it that I draw away from?
I mean, I don't know exactly the lore, to be honest. I
The,
imagine you know a little bit more.
mhm. With what I'm looking for, really, I guess then, and you can tell me if I find it, is like any like there's a map of Sigil, and we've seen it before. Is there any like blueprints of certain changes? And I can tell you like around the time too, be like
That's
400 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, because Sigil it's the city of doors. It's constantly changing. You know, it's weird. It's a weird sort of like center of the universe thing where a lot of magical power is centered from.
My goal is to like see if I
Anyone
can.
who anyone makes it to Sigil. Essentially, this is like a bucket list of mages. Sometimes, y'all have gotten there, level 10 or whatever. But
And it's still like it is still has though like a governing body and like people that do work and stuff, right? Like it runs kind of like a normal city.
the difference is like to get here, you need to like know somebody who knows somebody, sort of
Sure.
thing. Who has a key to a door somewhere, in whatever plane that like, or you need to be a really high powerful mage that like can figure out your way here. But it's
Could I find anything that would allude me to the possible location the labyrinth stone has been moved to?
oh, man. It
I know
is.
we're hitting deep lore here, but
Yeah, I know. Wasn't it like it was moved off site somewhere in the Outlands? I believe.
okay, that I kind of actually remember.
I think that's what I was saying last time. But you find a certain location. Um, it's some sort of temple.
A temple in the Outlands.
Yeah.
I am going to try to find any kind of map in the Library of the Outlands.
You find a little bit of like of the I guess the engraving, like there's a drawing in there with a large hammer
Okay.
with a scale above it.
Do I recognize this symbol?
Roll a religion check.
I think I'm proficient in religion, but that's a intelligence. 5.
5. You vaguely recognize it. I'd say even with a 5, but you can't fucking put it down. Like you have to do a little bit more research.
Okay.
Brad,
just
is
check.
there anything that you're trying to pick up here?
Yeah, so the first thing I would do, as like we're parting ways, I'm gonna walk over to the desk, and the whole time that I'm doing all of this, I'm keeping an eye on where Arendelle is going. My main intention in doing all of this is in coming into Sigil and out into Sigil is to keep an eye on Arendelle. So I'm keeping an eye on Arendelle, but I'm gonna go up to the desk. Excuse me. I wonder if you have any information or books that I might take a look at regarding ancient powerful magic weapons, specifically sword and shield that traveled together.
You're looking for ancient magic arts, martial arts.
Yes, I'm trying to track down information on a sword and shield that I once saw. That were powerful magical objects. They seemed like they were ancient, and I wonder if you might have anything that I might find some more information on them.
There are plenty of magic objects in the archive. Do you have anything more specific?
I can tell you more about the shield. The shield moved on its own. It didn't have to be held by its owner. It moved independently around them. And it had a sword that its owner wielded with it, that he was able to wield with one hand. I can't tell you much more about it other than the fact that they were very powerful.
Like a two-handed sword that they could wield with one hand, is that what you're saying?
It was, what we had originally talked about was the sword and shield that he was looking for, that Edu's looking for. The sword I was going to kind of leave up to you a little bit, other than the fact that it was like a dual wieldable sword, and then it was an animated shield.
An animated. That's okay. That's what I was getting. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Yeah. If he like looks up in archives, this is like a ganassi, a water ganassi.
Okay.
It's like a blue skinned woman with long sort of red hair that falls down, with glasses, sort of looking into the archives, like with her mind, sort of like her eyes go back up, and she's like looking through these like note cards, sort of flip up through the air, and she stops on one, like, oh yes, section B4. What you're looking for. Item 97 should be the book
Thank you.
below this item. So you go find that item, or the book. And
Okay.
it tells you about this sort of this is an old sword, one of the first, like what you're talking about is it recognize maybe some of the descriptions for what you've seen before of like what the sword and shield look like, but it talks
Okay.
about being created like before the the magic, what do they call that, the fucking
Age of Arcanum.
yeah, the Age of Arcanum, essentially, where this was created and passed down through generations, somewhere up in Neverwinter, belonged to a family. There's no record of what this family, where it went, but they know, that this was at least a part of a certain family's inheritance. At least you have a name now in Neverwinter of where you can go, where it seems to originate from.
Okay.
Neverwinter.
I'm gonna kind of like take out a little piece of scrap parchment, I think, that I have in my pack, if I remember. I've got like a small amount of it. No,
And this,
sorry, that's
you're
my other
talking
one.
about your captain's situation, right? Like that was the person you learned from. Your mentor had all these items.
Yeah.
And so you do find whatever that person's last name, you do find that in the records. Like there's a part of their.
Awesome. Yeah, because I never knew anything about their name. Yeah, so
You
awesome.
do find like an address, like in a
I'm
state.
gonna graph down the information and file the book back away. And have I lost track of Arendelle at this point, or do I still know roughly?
Yeah, Arendelle's far gone in the depths of the library.
In the back.
Yeah, but it doesn't take you too long to, come back together if you learn this information. It's getting very late. It's probably like 1:30 at this point.
Fuck. Arendelle, we need to get to sleep.
Oh, I feel like I could stay in here all night and study. There's
Still have
so
a full
much
day of
there.
travel tomorrow.
Yeah.
God knows what the rest of the Unicorn Run has in store for us. We need to get some sleep.
That's true. That's true. Hey, I mean, maybe we can figure out what is in store. We are in a great place for information.
Speaking of, what are you looking at there? And I'm gonna kind of like peer over and kind of look into the book that he's reading in, as I found him. All right, I guess should I say, did we meet up? Did I find him while he's still?
You would have met up
reading?
afterwards. He would have came and found you, essentially.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But did you find what you were looking for?
I did find some of the information I was looking for. And I think we might be able to find more here, but I think we should possibly regroup with Sil and with Lyle before we continue on down this path.
Oh, right. Honestly, the more eyes on this might be of good use. Let's return to the bar.
I will say that, because Jesse spent a long time going through back and forth novels and trying to figure out this shit. It's probably like 45 minutes of research. Brad, I will say that you a book caught your eye about the Feywild, that you kind of look into, and you don't get a lot of time to you finally find it, and you're opening it up and trying to look at it, and it's hard to read, but you kind of gain the idea that there's something about memory loss in this realm. About sometimes they would travel in, and other times they would intentionally travel in and just instantly show back up a few hours later and be confused.
About the Unicorn's Run?
Just about the Feywild in general.
Okay.
Edu knows that he is not the most intelligent person. So if I found something like that and I was starting to understand that it really had something to do with what we were doing,
Yeah.
I would have taken it with me and I would have Arendelle, I found this book and I wonder if it might make a little bit more sense to you. It seems to regard the area that we're traveling in to some degree, and perhaps some of what happened to us when we were fighting the plant.
Oh, very good, you do. Yeah, I'll take a look. I wonder.
You look
I
at
wonder
it,
if I can
and
check it
there's
out.
notes in Elvish too, and you glean that it is an Eldrin who has been left behind in the Feywild, in the material plane from the Feywild, and has found their way back, but has started to kind of understand the separation between these two realms, and where the forgetfulness comes back in, and how when you're on one, the time passes differently, and also how when you're on the other, sometimes you forget being there, or vice versa. It's very confusing.
Does it say anything on it, regarding how you can counteract that, or any ways to stop it, or
They
anything
never
like that?
figured it out. This is just a journal of the Feywild. They never completely figured it out, but they're just explaining that this time phenomenon happens.
This is really fascinating. I wonder if we may be able to check it out at the library.
It's like scientific research, Feywild. It's like you walk by and you read Feywild diaries, and you're like, oh, interesting.
Cool. I want to see if we can check it out. I want to go up to someone who's standing there and be, wait, I found this very interesting book, although it's getting quite late and we need to regroup with our friends. Uh, would I be able to check it out for a little while?
We allow transcriptions, but we do not let any material leave due to obvious reasons. They could be literally anywhere in any plane at any time. So
I
Hard to
completely understand. This is great stuff here. We might be back in the morning. Thank you very much.
how much you need it?
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and take off back to the bar with Edu.
Once
Okay.
we hit the street, Edu's pretty visibly shook by Sigil, I feel and so he's grabbing Arendelle by the back of the arm, and we're beating feet through the town back
Yeah, we'll be
the
moving with
bar.
haste.
Yeah, you get back no problem. You walk back into the bar and take your rooms and fall asleep with the rest of the crew. And we'll wake up the next morning fully rested, with a breakfast for you downstairs. It's probably around 11 o'clock, in the material plane at least.
In the material plane. Okie dokie.
Here it's pretty much midnight.
I'm gonna wake up, and as soon as I wake up, I'm heading downstairs to see if Lyle or Sil are awake yet. Because I'm assuming they slept earlier than us.
I'm
assume
awake.
they're already
Yeah.
awake.
Oh, show.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Is
You-
Arendelle up yet?
2 hours.
I'm still snoozing.
All right. As I come down, I'm gonna kind of look around, and I'm gonna come up to the bar next to Lyle and Sil, and I'm gonna kind of wave over to Durham and be like, "Could I grab some coffee from you, Durham?" Lyle, Sil. I traveled out into Sigil with Arendelle last night, and I feel like he's absolutely hiding something from us. It seemed like perhaps he had been out into the city before, and being that we had never seen him do that before, I wonder if that had anything to do with him taking the Tesseract.
You think Arendelle took the Tesseract?
Well, didn't we catch him going
Oh yeah.
back out of it? The bar that night?
I don't think you caught him going back out of it. You caught him coming back in and trying to return it to you.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
mutilated.
And we were
So,
gonna.
Like, still, we knew that he had it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't we?
And he was saying it was the goblins that took it, and he
I
stole
mean,
it.
he has a big fucking scar over his eye, where that shit's healing up.
Didn't Durham say he could take us to one of the bodies that he like hid away for Arendelle or something like
He
that?
did say for a good amount of gold he could recover one of the bodies for us.
How much
But at
gold
this
was
point, I feel like we might just confront Arendelle about it.
Did we already talk to him about it? Was there new information that I'm missing?
I mean, just that he's been to... We went out into Sigil last night and we found the library in Sigil. Really crazy spot. By the way, Sigil, once you get outside of the bar, just gets fucking wackier still. But we found the library, and during our time traveling to the library, it came to my attention that Arendelle had perhaps made it to the library once before. And I guess what I'm saying is there's more to Arendelle's story than he's letting on.
So he's been to the library before.
He's been to the library before, and the only time he could have done that is the last time that he had a hold of the Tesseract, when he was supposedly wrestling it from goblins. New goblins.
What if he's been there before he even met us?
You think he's been to Sigil before he met us?
I don't. Actually, that's a good point.
I mean, I guess it's possible. Should we just ask him?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do.
Oh my god, how long have I been muted?
I don't know. You're not anymore, though.
I'm like, no.
This happens all the time. There's so many situations where the whole group is having a conversation, is still standing right next to the
Just
group,
like-
and mouthing
Go back and watch.
words
I'm just
out.
like blah 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 blah. Oh, they ignored it. Hold on, I'll try again. I even like laugh when you. Oh my god. I was saying, maybe he chased the goblins out of the bar near to where the library is. How far is the library from here?
I mean, it's not far. It's just down the street. I suppose that's a possibility.
Yeah, I don't think that's damning evidence, but I still don't trust him. I haven't from the start.
Yeah,
I
that guy's
don't
weird. He's got weird abilities. They're kind of sinister.
Well, on a positive note, we did find some information on the Feywild while we were at the library last night. It seems that the reason why we're all losing portions of time is because of this effect that the Feywild has, where you lose your memory when coming back from it, I guess.
I wonder if it's the pollen.
I mean, it certainly seemed like when the pollen came out, was it Syl? It was Syl, right? Who went super trippy.
Oh,
No, it
I
was
went super
It was
trippy,
Lyle,
and
yeah,
I remember all of it.
Went way down to the
That's
rack.
right.
Alice in
Very
Wonderland shit.
tempting.
You went full Hobbit, just buffet, full Hobbit.
We need to be very careful as we head farther in, that we don't, I suppose, fall victim to it
Maybe we should look for some
anymore. Is there anything?
I mean, if we're gonna do this, maybe we should come prepared.
Hi, good morning, gents.
Arendelle.
30
Oh!
feet away, I'm gonna be
Walk
walking
down the
towards you.
stairs.
Oh!
Yeah, make myself known immediately so you guys can see it. I'm not trying to
Arendelle,
hide it.
I was just telling our friends about the book we found on the Feywild last night.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
I'm gonna roll an insight check against that response from Lyle.
Yeah, that guy's roll a deception check at disadvantage.
I thought it was a 1, but it was a 7. 7.
I got 11.
11 plus what?
Disadvantage?
You
Oh,
don't have
per-
deception?
That's right. Hold on. Okay.
Aren't you?
+1, so yeah.
Mm,
Don't matter.
okay. Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're. But
I'm just gonna casually notice like the really obvious faux pas that Lyle just made and just kind of ignore it, not even acknowledge it. Aye, that book was it was a good read, and I feel like it might be very useful information for where we are going. However, I was unable to check it out of the library. We would have to go back and transcribe it. Might be worth it, considering what just happened after the first creature we saw in this place.
I mean, I think there might be more information to be had. That being said, we could always use the day to travel and then come back here this evening and find more information if there is any. I mean, I'd hate to waste the daylight is all I'm saying.
I agree with you, Master Edu.
I'm sorry. Why did you want to transcribe it, Arendelle?
Well,
What
it's-
information does it have?
it's information on some of the events and things surrounding where we're going here in the Unicorn's Run.
Potentially helpful
Uh,
information.
all information is power in one way or another.
If you know. Okay, yeah, that's true.
But you know, I do not make the decisions for this group. It's just a mere suggestion.
Was it just one book?
I believe so, right? It was just the one on the
Yeah.
Fae that
What-
we, yeah.
What
long-
language
Yeah.
is the book
how-
written in?
There's common in Elvish. But
So,
this just
we'll
seems
just-
like good information, and I
can
we
eat it? No. You're the only one that can speak Elvish, right?
I believe so.
How long do you think it would take to read this book?
Was it like a journal-sized book?
yeah. Yeah, it was like a diary.
Couple
Probably like
of
100 pages.
hours. Couple of hours at most. I'm very proficient in studies. I wouldn't have any trouble transcribing it for the group.
I mean, I'm not against it, but I gotta go with Edu. If he's trying to
I
go
think we
out and
should
not
travel
waste
for the
daylight.
daylight,
I
and then we should head back this evening and transcribe the book. We might be able to get some more information, but I mean, I feel like we got the basic information that we need to at least get through today.
could always stay here. Why do you travel and just open the door back up for me? When you land tonight, I could have everything transcribed and ready.
I mean, what if we just leave you?
Well, I guess I'd be accompanied by this good old big rock man, Durham.
So you trust us to come back?
Well, I would hope so, yes. I mean, this is a
I
very
mean,
interesting.
Arendelle, what
scene.
if we're killed? What if we're killed today?
Durham? Say, or is Durham here? Chilling. Say I stick around here and they close the gate up and take the key out. And then they die. Would I be able to leave?
Through the front door, yes.
Oh. It's, okay, alright, yeah, I think we'll be okay. I mean, you wouldn't be obviously if you got killed, but I hope you don't. It's just a suggestion, though. I would like to arm ourselves with a little bit more knowledge before going into a foreign place.
I'm gonna look at Syl and Lyle.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I gotta go with Edu's decision here. He's basically like a papa to me.
What do you
I
say?
tell you what, Arendelle. You stay here, go to the library, do your research. We'll take your steed. We'll travel for the day and come back and we'll reconvene this evening at the bar.
That's a grand plan.
I'm okay with that.
Lyle, can you ride a horse by yourself?
Questionable. I've never tried it before,
Okay,
but I learned quick.
Well,
I doubt
you
we'll
get,
be moving real fast. I could probably tie him behind my horse, you know what I mean?
What if we
You
could
don't
tie,
need a.
like-
My steed can stay here with me.
yeah. Why
Speed.
would we need to take
That's
the
right, we've got the fucking stables now. I
Oh,
forgot.
Yeah,
The barn.
The barn.
the barn. Yeah, I'm like, why would we
That's
take
right.
a horse
Why in the
that no
hell
one's
would we
riding?
take it out? Yeah. Alright, never mind. Never mind.
But also, why would we split up?
It's just for efficiency's sake, really.
How is this?
We get
What?
days travel in, and then we have.
Arendelle can do research on what lies ahead
I'm gonna-
while we
I'm gonna kick
essentially move
Syl.
the door forward.
I'm gonna kick Syl in the side of the foot. Just.
Oh, okay. What?
Hey, well, you guys are gonna walk out the door. The Feywild, or sorry, not the Feywild, the High Forest.
We're in the high
we-
forest now.
You're not, right?
Yeah, no, you're not.
No.
It's out in
but-
front of you. You get your map out and start, plotting your trek up. It's definitely exotic.
Wait, like right as we step out the door and it closes, I'm gonna be like, guys, doesn't it seem like Arendelle has his own agenda? Like he doesn't.
Like 100%.
As you guys discuss, I'm gonna go to the sort of right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anarchy a little bit.
From
He's
the
like,
from the very beginning, he told us he had his own agenda.
Yeah, I
he's
guess.
doing sneaky shit in there right now, I guarantee.
From the very beginning,
Cut
he's
to,
been
cut
doing.
to
I'm
Arendelle, like.
throw my hands in the air and be like, from the very beginning, he's been doing sneaky shit. He was following us. This is why I don't trust him. No one listened to me.
But he has proven to be, a useful teammate in certain situations. I just feel
Yeah.
like
He has been useful, but he's also sneaky.
we gotta
He's a
break-
sneaky sneaker.
we gotta break that sneaky wall down. We gotta find out what's going on with Arendelle. Otherwise, I don't know how we can continue on with him.
I tell you what. What if Syl and I traveled today while you snuck back in and found and spied on Arendelle for us?
Oh, well, I would get lost in Sigil. 10 steps in, guaranteed.
Durham can help you.
I lost my home. I got lost and I couldn't find it, so that's how I found you guys.
Okay, but did you have a map?
No.
I'm sure Durham can give you a map to go down the street, Lyle.
Why
can
are
do this,
you all
Lyle.
always trying to put me in dangerous situations?
That's
We
what
need
you-
to know what's going on with Arendelle. He's being a sneaky shit.
I'm
we need
sorry.
to know what's
It's
going
just
on.
I don't think.
yesterday you volunteered to sneak after him, so I just assumed today sneaking after him wouldn't be too much different. But it is Sigil.
Did you
after
hear
all.
what Edu said about Sigil on his way down the street to the library?
He said? It gets wacky.
Yes.
I could see myself shiny eyeing, if you know what I mean. When I'm walking down the street, I might see something I like, take a wrong turn, forget where I'm at on the map. It's not safe for me. I need more experience in the city. My first time can't be alone. I'm sorry.
You really are just a little klepto.
Why don't you turn into a rat and then go and follow him?
I'm sure a rat would be totally safe in Sigil.
You're a fast rat though.
How about we just try to get a move up Unicorn Run?
Okay. See, I was thinking we would just have a discussion and then go back into the bar and convince Arendelle to come with us or go with him. I just wanted to talk to you guys without him.
Oh, I thought you wanted to leave him.
Yeah, so we could have a conversation. Either
Okay.
way,
How about this for you? We all go back in. We sneak in. We keep an eye and do some spying all together on Arendelle. Figure out what this is all about. We get to the bottom of it. And say nothing happens. We pull an Arendelle and you know, one of us gets a big cut over the eye, and we say we were attacked by goblins, and that's where we were all day. And that's why we didn't get to move the door, you know?
I'm just
I don't.
gonna
I
look at
honestly.
you and sigh. Just
I. I think we've done enough spying on Arendelle and been caught. I think we try a different approach. I think we just go back, go get the inscription from the book. Maybe we'll get some good information for this unicorn run thing.
I got a suggestion. Let's just leave this sneaky guy the hell alone right now. He can't get to us. He can't spy on us. He can't mess with us. We're gonna watch him read books. That doesn't sound that exciting to me.
At least he can't.
I gotta say,
Do
I'm with
anything-
Syl on this one.
At least if we're with him, he's not gonna do anything he wouldn't do when we were with him. You know.
I agree, but
I agree too, Syl, or Lyle, and that's why I think you should go and keep an eye on him for us.
But I'm not gonna sneak.
yeah, let's just go. Let's just do our unicorn run thing. Let's run the run.
All right, let's run the run.
Let him read books.
Be sneaky. It's fine. It's fine.
He'll be fine.
I'll just
I
look
mean-
at both of you and like hold up my hand and go like, if the time comes that we have to deal with him, and I'll close my hand and be like, we will.
Jesus, Syl.
All right.
What's the kid?
All
What's
right,
the
Syl.
right?
Where is this
What's
coming
the-
from? I love it.
What's the word? I need a signal. What's the signal?
I feel like I'm just on
Um,
that slippery slope where I'm like, death is natural and okay, and then I just keep murdering more and more, and I'm like, it's natural.
It's all fine.
It's natural.
Natural thing. Oh my god. Alright. I'm gonna hop on my ram. I'm gonna close up the door to Sigil, and I'm gonna start making my way back towards the river to like re-find the path that we dove off of to hide from the party the night before.
Yeah, there's like kind of a worn path as you go up a few miles. It starts to become around like noon as you get kind of deep into the forest, and the vines almost like you can see out of the corner of your eye. You swear the vines start to grow a little bit. Like, yeah, you're like, holy fuck, they just like grow an inch, just like, you know, out of the. There's mushrooms sprouting that you didn't see in the last blink you made. Almost like weird hallucinations of nature.
I'm looking at Syl to see how they're reacting to it.
Still, actually, you wouldn't see much of this. Things kind of like make sense to you. You would kind of have that sense of things, like, oh, that mushroom just bloomed. Like, but it definitely seems odd. It's definitely not like a regular forest.
It just seems like extra fertile forest. I'm just like, oh my god, look at this lushness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look how
I'm
everything
comforted
grows.
by Syl's non-reaction to it.
Are you-
So I'm chill. Then.
Are you on your ram right now? You do,
Yeah.
Brad? So okay.
Are you riding with me?
Yeah, I am.
Are we doubled up?
Yeah, we're double.
I mean, there's points at which you can see the vines almost like from the corner of your eye reach out at you, and then Syl runs up behind you, you know, and they kind of like creep back.
Did
I'm
we
gonna,
notice? Did we notice
Kinda
that
like
happened?
nervous chuckle. Yeah.
Roll if you're like really looking at it, and you can, yeah, roll perception check to see if you can really like determine what's going on.
19.
Okay, I got a 10.
Yeah, I mean, with the 19, you can definitely tell there's some sort of correlation there. 10,
I'm
not so much.
trying to like slow the
Especially,
trot
you
of
know,
my ram just a little bit so that I stay a little closer to Sills
Okay, yeah.
as we're riding. Yeah.
Still, or Waffles, what are you riding right now? What is it again?
It's a big lizard mount thing.
That's right.
Big old black lizard.
That's right.
Chilling.
So you guys go a ways into the forest. The trail seems to get smaller and smaller to the point where you're just kind of picking your paths, trying to stick close to the unicorn run, but things are just getting wilder. You know, especially as it starts to get into twilight. Roll intelligence checks for me.
Oh, great. Here we freaking go.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
First roll, cold dice.
Unnatural 1.
Ooh.
You got
Oh
what's
my
your minus for intelligence?
1. -1.
Oh.
I guess I should say who's leading the group right now.
I guess I would be, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm, like, the
actually
one-
no. I would say because Sil. Yeah, if you get closer to Sil's
Oh.
kind of like leading. Yeah, for sure.
I'm the only one that's like not like tripped out by this force. I'm just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this shit is the real deal here. Life, energy. Let's go.
I rolled a 7.
Roll this 6.
All of you start to get very confused. Jesse, were you ever affected by the pollen?
No, I was not.
Yeah, so Jesse's just a little bit confused.
I'm
Like
not
all of,
there.
Jesse's
oh, that's
no.
right. That's right.
He's in
yeah.
the-
Okay. So all three of you get very confused, and start. Everybody roll a survival check for me. That'd be wisdom.
Goddamn.
Are you
Wisdom.
Better not all
fucking
die
kidding
on
me?
4.
15.
15.
5?
Around twilight, everybody gets very confused, but Syl starts to speak up as you guys are following Syl through the forest, finds a little grove off by the river. Eventually, you start to hear the stream again, and you find the little grove, like a little forest grove. It's like hemlock that has it's all kind of shaded in that area from the twilight. You can see the twilight off from the distance, but this is very dark in this area. A lot of pine needles, and it seems to be more clear, just because the acidity of the soil has created this little area. But you can see the river flowing by you off to the side, and it's starting to get louder and louder as you come in on this grove. You end up finding your way again.
Sil, I don't think we should travel much further tonight.
As twilight dawns, you see, especially you, Edu, and Lyle would start to see almost hallucinations of like the twilight, almost like fairies or something in the corner of your eye, like light going from one tree to the other. You'd start to see, like almost like the laughter of like a big party in the distance, and then all of a sudden nothing. It's silent.
Sil, I hate this place. As I'm like looking back and like darting my head back and forth through the trees.
Like a cry of a bird, like a regular forest.
I'm just
stuff on
clutched.
top of-
I'm just clutched onto Edu. Just face to the side of his back, eyes half open.
I'm just gonna be looking around and be like, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to be more and more alert. It's only gonna get dangerous the further we go. More and more dangerous.
I worry. It's getting to the point that I'm worried about just going into Sigil and leaving and then coming back out. I'm worried about just coming back out blindly into this place. and what we'll find when we come back out the door.
I'm just gonna look around. And
Edo, you're the one that said we should come here.
Yeah. Well, we have to get up further. And I don't think it's that dangerous as long as we're not moving. So we should come back out in the same spot. At least.
What's all your passive perceptions?
Like 13.
15.
12.
13.
Okay. Sorry, continue. Waffles.
That's yeah. Well, I was done. I was just saying. I think
Okay.
it should be okay if we just come back to the same spot.
As you finish saying that, out in the distance, you and Edu kind of like look off. It's like Edu's looking at you, and you look off, and your eyes go a little bit like, "What the fuck is that?" You see two sets of pretty much just blood red glowing eyes off in the distance.
Are they moving or are they stationary?
They are seemingly like moving around, almost like scattered, like looking around, and then they shut and then run away. You can, as you kind of hear like some scuffling in the distance.
But they're running away from us?
See, yeah, as far as you can tell.
Sil, did you see that? Lyle?
No.
What?
No, and I don't want to
What
know.
name was that?
Who's to say that's not what we're looking for? Who's to say that's not the people that we're here to find?
What are we here to find again?
No.
We're here to find the secrets of resurrecting the Storm King.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say that's not them?
Me? Right now. I'm saying it right now. That's not them.
Maybe it is them, but I don't really want to go anywhere. Like I just said, I think traveling is a bad idea in this forest, let alone traveling at night. Even a few
How
feet.
far away were the eyes, you said?
They were probably 120 feet away from you, like way off in the bushes,
I tell you what.
across the river, I would say.
Okay.
Where behind, like, it's like all these groves, the river's flowing through it. On the other side of the bank, it starts to go up, and there's this steep embankment.
Okay. How's this for a plan? Lyle, you're going to stay by the door. We'll throw out the door to Sigil. You stay by the door. Sil, you and I are gonna dimension door across the river, go check out where those eyes were and see if we can figure anything out. If anything goes wrong, you dimension door us right back. We jump in the door and we disappear.
The door only works once a day.
Wait, do you not have a dimension door prepared though? Do you have 5th level spells now?
I have the cape. The cape.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, to get back. This is me asking you. Like, I think you have the
Oh.
potential to go back.
I
With
do have
dimension
fifth.
door.
I do have fifth.
Because
level
we
spell slots.
just leveled up, so I'll give you the benefit. Just like get whatever you want to prepare with that. So
Or
I already did
How
that, but I
about
don't.
this?
That's not a part of my spell list. Like normally.
you
It's
turn
not-
into something
no.
that's awesome at swimming and swim us across the river, and then you save the dimension door for our escape.
How about this? Like I said, traveling through these woods is the most dangerous part of these woods. And I'm pretty sure losing line of sight of each other is never a good idea. Instead of putting the door here, let's all just travel together, and if we need to get away, we'll get away together. Separating is not
I mean,
the way to go.
Lyle just seemed like he was super not into the idea of going to follow the odds. Lyle, are you in?
I'll go in the door. I'll stay at the door.
you can open up the door and let Lyle in. That's kind of the beauty of the door, is you can just, like, if someone's out there, like, yeah, I'll just hang out in the bar while you guys take care of this. The door, I will say, with Sigil is that doorway specifically is linked up at the same rate of time. So however much time you spend in the bar is how much time passes in the material plane.
Right.
But just through that one door.
Okay.
Time gets weird when you're starting to cross planes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But this one is attuned to the material plane.
This door. Interesting.
Um,
Well,
Alright,
well,
so
if
it's
Lyle,
settled. I'm gonna take out my manacles and I'm gonna clip my manacles to myself and to Lyle.
what are manacles?
Okay.
the handcuffs?
Yeah, my handcuffs.
Wait, why are you handcuffing yourself to Lyle?
Because we're getting ready to go check out the tracks. Are we ready or not? Let's all go together. And let's go see what made those tracks. I don't want Lyle staying behind anymore. I think you're right. We should all stick together.
Oh God. I'm always being dragged into these situations. Quite literally.
Okay, I think this should work then. Can I, like, how close is the water's edge to us? Like, the river's edge?
The river's edge is probably about 30 feet to you, and you saw it about 60 feet away from the water's edge on the other side.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like...
Kind of more up in the trees a little bit. It wouldn't take much to get there. I mean, it's just a quick little, like, swim across the river. It seems to be a little bit more shallow in this area. The water is glistening, though. Like, the water always looks like it has full moonlight sparkling off of it,
Pretty.
even though there is no moonlight right now.
Okay. I'm gonna...
So
it
it-
looks like we can
look
walk
at all
we
of
can
us.
wait it.
It
And
provides
hold
a
my
little bit of
hands
a
up.
glow to the point where you can see the rocks at the bottom because of that glow. So you can find points where you can get across it.
Well, I'm
It
just
goes
gonna-
up and down. I mean, it's just a forest river, you know? Like, there's parts where it's, like, deep, you know, that creates the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff pulls in, and then it flows over to this kind of, like, shallow spot that you can then pass, you know?
Gotcha.
That's a very beautiful description, but I'm gonna hold up my hands and cast Water Walk on all of us.
Thank you, Waffles, for... See, that's a good...
Inspiration to
That's a-
Alex.
Yeah, no, I mean, the inspiration of Waffle is just for, like, appreciate, because that's so many times the DM explains all this, like, crazy shit, and they're like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna walk across it, fuck you.
So yeah, but I wanted to acknowledge it. I was like, oh yeah, that's nice,
Yeah,
but
Thank you,
like,
but that, yeah, but you do, you water walk across it, like Jesus Christ of Nazareth. You get the power from Yahweh, the Almighty, to walk across the river. You walk across the river.
Yahweh.
Love it.
yeah. For
As
the
we
next-
get to the other side, I'm going to. Well, that was amazing. And does it? How long
Actually,
does that
I
work
will
for?
say-
Can we run back across?
I will say roll dexterity saving throws as you guys start to walk on a river, which is essentially walking across the large treadmill
Fucking
that is coming
easy.
down in front of you.
How fast is it on its surface, though?
I mean, probably it depends on the place you go.
I got an 11.
An 11?
It'd be an 18 for me.
Yeah.
I rolled a 4.
What am I rolling? A dexterity?
You,
Mhm.
slip, you slip a little bit. You fall down into the water as you're just like trying to like get back up.
Well, I
You
rolled a
see-
4, but I got +7.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. As you walk outside, you walk over to the other side of the river, and on the other side there's this willow.
The willow.
You probably end
Um,
up like 10, 15 feet away from us since you fell.
Yeah,
the
you
river
guys
carried
are
you a
a
little
little
further
on
apart.
the other side of the river. It's all like you're around what? Say it's 30 feet from the bank, so it'd be around 20. Probably around like 60 feet away from where you saw the eyes. I'll
Like
say.
60 feet away from where we saw the eyes.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Is it pretty shaded there?
I mean, it's the middle of the night, essentially. At this point.
Oh, I thought it was just twilight when we like started crossing the river.
Oh no, this was like while you were trying to find camp, so it's like pretty dark. I wouldn't say the middle of the night, probably like 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna unclip the manacles from Lyle, and I'm gonna like, don't run off on us now.
What the fuck
Unclip
am I
them
supposed
from
to
my
do?
Oh, I forgot.
We have to stick together, Lyle.
Yeah.
Wait, if you were handcuffed, does that mean when he fell, you just like pulled him along the river?
You just drug him behind me,
Yeah.
and bouncing off the water.
Yeah, because it's solid. You can't like go under it. It's just like you drag him across the carpet.
No, I thought it would be more of like the crossing guard in elementary school, where you're like holding hands with the with the kid as you walk across the
Yeah.
river, safe. I mean, you're a halfling, so
I'm a halfling.
like you own up to it. You know what I mean? You're
I'm
short as fuck.
gonna bend down and use my flint and steel to light a torch because it's too dark for me. I don't have dark vision or anything, so I can't see.
Okay, yeah, you can light a torch. As you light a torch on the other side of the river, everybody would see with their perception the eyes start to glimmer right above them, and you can see this large, almost lion's face that's like glistening with almost the fire gleams off their eyes as they're like watching you from the top of the trees. You can see like wings kind of come off the side of them, and a big scorpion's tail wrapped around a branch as they're kind of like looking down at you. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna reach out
Oh
like
my
a
God.
protective soccer mom, and I'm just gonna tuck Lyle behind me.
Okay.
You know, yeah. That's
Ah!
my first
Can
act.
I like roll like an animal handling or something to know like what to do in this situation with like a big ass predator? Like, do I know? You described it pretty well, so I assume
Roll a history check. I mean, you know what it is, right?
I'm
Yeah.
pulling out
Oh,
my
yeah.
my dagger and
Of
my.
course, I know what it. I mean, I know what it is in real life, but I assume my character would probably also know what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so it's a roll a history check. The DC's not going to be crazy on this.
Around a 16.
Yeah, no, absolutely. These are manticores.
Yeah. Do I know what to do if you encounter a wild manticore that doesn't immediately like start a fight? Like, you know, people are like, "Fucking play dead" when a bear shows up. Like, do I know any knowledge like that?
Yeah, disappear.
Disappear. Get the fuck out of there. All right. Well, then I'll just quietly.
Don't
like-
you don't have invisibility prepared?
I don't have no invisibility. Yeah, I don't have no dimension door invisibility. I mean,
Invisibility is only a third level spell.
I don't have
Taylor, what do
that
we
in my
do
spell
here?
book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Druids don't have invisibility? That's fucking crazy. Okay, that's why I love sorcerers.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of those like crazy like magic. I only have like nature magic
Yeah.
and shit. You know
Like
what I'm
that's
saying?
like shit that I like. I don't know. I wish I had healing spirit or like like heal person or whatever that is.
Yeah. All I have is cure.
How
wounds and
high
healing
up
word,
above us
but
are they?
They are about 30 feet up in the trees.
It's just one or multiple.
It is two of them.
Holy fuck! I'm just gonna quietly whisper to everyone like, we should go.
I'm down.
Can we still walk across the water still?
Open up the door
Yeah.
right
At
now.
this
Open the
point, We're
door
gonna roll
now.
I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
throw the
roll
torch.
initiative.
Let's get to the far side of the river and let's open up and maybe that'll slow them down and give us time to open the door.
Sure, but we're rolling initiative right now, so let's see.
Yeah,
what
you
Let's
are
do
rolling
initiative. Here we go. All right.
Someone get an owlbear going.
Uh,
God damn.
Meanwhile, Aaron was sipping some nice tea, just writing some notes, transcribing.
What? Or how big is the immovable rod?
That's
I can
like
look that up.
5 feet or something. It's like a bow staff kind of thing. I believe.
Sorry, I went to go get a pencil. Devin, you asked a question before I left.
Just how big is the movable rod? And it's saying it's about 2 or 3 feet long.
Yes. Yeah. You can actually look that up. I mean, it's a real item, so
Yeah.
It's
like
a
you can
real
just look
item.
up a movable rod 5e, and you'll get all the stats on it.
Say one of these beasts were to try to swallow me, right?
Mm-hmm.
As they were biting down, I placed my movable rod.
I don't know, man. Try it out. I'm not giving you. What do you mean?
Because I'm
Fucking-
smaller. I'm smaller
Did
than the rod.
Do you not
Look at
remember
that.
what I? Okay, all I'll say is remember the first time I gave you that immovable rod, the story I told about Critical Role
No.
with the dragon. Okay, well that's all I'm gonna
Kinda.
say. Watch Critical Role season 1. Look up Critical Role season 1, immovable rod, dragon. It's a beautiful thing. Or it's a campaign one. Anyways, the whole thing is they put a fucking. It's a really great scenario, but they put an immovable rod
of the
in the
raft,
dragon
here
and
with
it
the-
stays there. So it's like a monument over the city of the dragon they killed.
That's crazy.
Because the immovable rod won't move, so there's just a dragon corpse in the sky.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. I want to do something
killed-
with it like that.
They killed it with the immovable rod. Essentially, they just fucking like let it run through it.
Yeah,
Anyways.
that's kind of what I thought I could do. But yeah, I don't. Oh, initiative. That's right.
All right.
11. Or I get. Do you get bonus for initiative?
Yes.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
dexterity.
14.
Dexterity.
Big 1-4. I'll be right back.
Anybody else got initiative?
Oh yeah. I rolled.
Oh,
a
yeah.
I rolled a big old fat 1 goose.
Ooh.
I'm so fast.
I'm going to use ambush to add a D10 to mine, so it was a
There you go.
12. That's going to bring it up to a 17.
Okay.
Dude, use ambush to add it to mine. Come on, be a homie.
If only I could. There's some of my battle stuff that I can add it to other people's, so. But I can't
Okay.
with that one, unfortunately.
That's okay.
And Aaron
Like-
Diddle?
Like I said,
Mhm.
I feel like I'm.
Oh, I'm not in this.
No, Arundel's not in
I
this.
forgot about that. Jesse, why aren't you here?
Like, I'm doing some transcribing right now. How am
I don't
getting
know.
on
He
that?
wanted to go read a book.
You know exactly where to go, so you're doing fine. It's only gonna take you a couple hours.
Cool, awesome, and that means they'll probably still be gone. So I'm gonna do some other research.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you would just be doing sneaky shit for yourself. You're just like, hey, messaging like Alex, like now I'm researching this. And now I'm researching this.
Not a bad idea, actually. I have a couple of that. I'll do that in the sidebar. Alex, do you look at your Discord messages at all?
No, text works best. We're gonna
Word.
do whispers. Whispers is what they call
Cool.
You're a whispering eye.
it.
It means vagina. It means vagina.
So Devin, what'd you get for initiative?
14.
14. So Sil, Edu's gonna be at first.
Alright, Edu is going to. Got the torch in his right hand. He's going to throw the torch up with his right hand. And if I can, draw my pistols and fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the torch is flying up, I'm gonna throw my first one. And I'm going to, as I'm firing off my first shot, I'm gonna be like, focus on the right one. And first shot is going to be a. That is wrong. That's 21 to hit.
21 hits. The first one
And
you
it's gonna
see.
be 8 damage.
Hey,
And second attack,
pop, 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 pop.
ouch, is going to miss. It's like
Ah.
a 6. It definitely misses.
Yeah. You need a 16 is what you need.
Okay. Yeah, so second shot shoots way wide. And I'm gonna start
They seem to slither
backpedaling. Do we
around.
know, like, we're all still pretty grouped up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then as I'm backpedaling, I am going to grab Lyle from next to me, and I'm going to switch places with him and flip him to the other side of me, and I'm going to use bait and switch. And I'm
Okay.
going to give him a plus... I can't remember what it is.
I need to learn new spells.
Fuck yeah, that is a plus 10 to your AC for the next turn, Lyle.
Hey, wow.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
That was a nat 20,
Oh,
essentially. I roll a d10.
That's a tank
Jesus.
move where it gives me incentive to hit you more than him. Is kind of the idea.
Just on my next turn.
Because I can see you.
You get
Yeah, let's
disadvantage if
see.
you try to attack anyone else, basically.
Exactly.
Until the start of my next turn, you have a plus 10 to your AC, yeah.
Which gives you like a 22 AC or some, or 25 or some shit like that.
25.
Yeah, 25 is exactly.
That's
So like the
insane.
Manticore, you know, like it looks like, you know, you can see it up and you shoot a couple times, then you put Lyle behind you. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, next up is going to be Lyle.
If I leave the area, does that remove the...
I don't think so. Because you've done bait and switch, so it essentially like
It's just like a little buff.
gives you, yeah, I don't know, the way I understand, I don't know, maybe if Brad says something different, but the way I understand it, it's like it just kind of gives you the plus 10 because he gave.
Yeah, it's basically like, yeah, just like through maneuvering you. Because it's all happening in 6 seconds, it's like the act of me like pushing and pulling you out of the way and switching places with you is going to boost your, it's making you harder to hit, essentially.
So this is all happening within your turn, so I'll keep that in mind while you make your attack.
Okay. I guess I'll just God, it's been a while since we've done combat. Fuck, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Did I said that I pulled out my dagger and my ice dagger, right? Before
Yeah.
we rolled initiative. So I think
Yeah,
I'll
you would
just
have.
how far away is the manticore from us?
They're 30 feet up.
Okay. Oh, I mean, shit. I guess I'll just go try to hit it in the hamstring.
Okay.
You
And
like
then
climbing up to it?
I'll use my movement to get over there, and then I'll attack, and then.
Wait, upward? Are you climbing up a tree?
Oh, they're up in the tree.
Yeah.
Shit.
You can always throw your dagger.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to throw my ice dagger straight at the eyeball of the thing.
Okay.
Since
Love it.
yeah, so I'll roll.
I mean, your whole thing is to get sneak attack here, right?
I know.
So
I guess I could go hide
your
first.
best move is to try and duck behind a tree and,
And
roll,
then throw.
roll it, and then and then be able to roll your sneak attack because they don't see you.
So yeah, I guess I'll use my bonus action to hide.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
So roll a stealth check for me.
I just rolled 2 7s in a row. Stealth, that's 18.
Yeah, you feel pretty hidden.
Okay, now I'll take out my dagger and throw it at the manticore beast.
Okay. Throw it at the one that Brad just shot.
Yeah, that's gonna be 10. So
10 to hit.
yeah,
That does not hit.
I rolled a 3. All right, and
Wow.
that'll be my turn then.
Alright.
I don't really know how to combat. Like we
No,
don't
you're
do a
doing
lot of
fine.
combat.
That would have
Alright,
hit. It would have done a lot. Yeah.
Alright.
Don't worry about it. The manticores are going to look back and uncurl their tails and hit them around the branch so that the tail spikes shoot down at you. The first one is going to make 3 piercing attacks at Edu.
Oh Jesus! I knew we should.
12,
I knew we shouldn't have split up with Arendelle.
a 18, and a 16.
The 18 hits. I've got 17 AC, so the 18
Okay,
hits.
yeah, so one of them hits. Seven points of piercing damage to you.
Okay.
The other one is going to shoot tail spikes down at Lyle for trying to throw a dagger. An unnatural 20, a 9, and 24. The two of them
Sick.
All miss.
None of
Now they all
he has
miss.
25 AC,
You
buddy.
got a 25
For this-
AC, buddy.
Right, holy shit! Wait, so one got a 25 though, right?
No, I got a 24.
No.
You said
24.
24.
Right, yeah. No, yeah, because I never rolled. I would have had to roll a natural 20 to hit you.
Nice.
The first one was a natural 20, though.
Let's go,
It
Edu.
was an unnatural 20, so.
Oh,
Unnatural.
natural.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so they all miss. Fuck yeah.
Hey, let's do that every
Wow.
round, eh?
Tucking and diving, right?
Yeah, 16, 9, and 4. So you just dodge right out of the way of these spikes.
I'm pretty
Up
nimble.
next is going to be Syl. As you see them 30 feet in the air, what do you do as they completely miss?
I'm gonna yell at Edu and Lyle and say, I told you to run, not fight. And then yell up at the Manticore. That's probably my time to say that. I will freaking, let's see what I do. I had a plan.
What will you do?
I am going to. I think this is what I'm going to do. It's going to be weird, but I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my action to wild shape into a manticore. And
Oh
then
my
just-
god.
Wait, hold on. It's not a beast.
What?
It's a monstrosity.
That doesn't count. What? It has to be a beast?
It has to be a beast.
Oh.
How unfortunate. That was such a cool idea.
Seriously, though.
Wait, it's a monstrosity? What's the
Mhm.
difference? It's
Yeah.
probably like.
It's a monstrosity versus
Yeah.
a beast.
Yeah. It's not some kind of animal. It's like some.
Everything is a creature, but not
Yeah.
every creature is the
It's
same.
like beast. Yeah, but I can wild shape into. I guess. Yeah. Okay. Then you said they're about 30 feet above us. The one that Edu already hit, I will. I mean, now we just gotta fucking fight him. I really wish I wouldn't have attacked them. I will cast Blight on the one that Edu already hit.
Blight.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a Constitution saving throw? I got that right?
Yeah.
15.
That saves.
What's your spell saving throw?
I'm pretty sure it's 15. Unless it gets
Yeah.
any modifier, I'm pretty sure mine's 15.
Yeah.
So that saves. So it only takes half damage. So that's only 4d8.
Okay.
Fuck
Or
yeah.
no, it's the full thing, just halved.
What?
It's you still roll all of them, but you just half the damage.
Oh, I thought you half the dice and then roll.
Mm-mm.
Well, okay. I'm gonna have to roll so many dice.
Yeah, Blight's huge. It's a big one.
Blight is fucking awesome. That
It's a
is
good-
such a
It's a
powerful
really,
spell.
really good spell to have prepared.
I told you that I'm like my character's like slowly slipping more into like the death.
No,
side
that's
of
not.
things.
Literally, what you just said, like an hour ago, about how you're like, oh, death, whatever, fuck it. You just like get Blight. That makes a lot of sense.
The first four are an 8, a 7, a 1, and a 4. I gotta do math. This is so much. Why did I choose this spell?
So that's 16 plus 4. That's 20 points of necrotic damage.
$33 total.
33 points halved would be 16 points.
16. Yeah,
Still pretty good.
that's solid. That's
Yeah.
super solid.
Where the fuck? Let's just go. Oh, there.
And then bonus action, I will wild shape into let's say a giant constrictor snake.
Okay, as you pop out his
Favorite.
giant constrictor snake, after that massive fucking like his eyes start to like go less fiery, and you just feel this shiver as you can see up in the trees. The creature almost goes pale and like black as the necrotic energy kind of takes force, and it seems to have taken a pretty big hit. Next up is going to be the top of the round with Edu.
Edu's going to look over at Lyle. He's going to pull out his tesseract out of his pocket, and he's going to toss it over to Lyle. And he's going to be like, Lyle, get to the other side of the river and deploy the door. I'll hold them off as long as I can, and then I'll meet you over there, and we'll get through.
Sounds good to me, buddy.
And with that, he is going to
Also, that's a free action to just like toss
toss
it
it
over.
behind me. All right.
Roll
Okay.
roll dexterity. Just roll a dexterity check for me.
Okay.
Just to toss it. Lyle, you
14.
catch it. 14's well enough. You're a rogue. You fucking catch pretty much anything. You can, you can, exactly. You just like grab it out of the air, and you have it now.
And then with that, I'm gonna run over to stand closer to Syl, and I'm gonna look up at the one that we've been bashing on. They're just like clinging to the trees, right? They're not flying. They're like just like clinging in the treetops.
Yeah, they're like clinging on the trees. You can see their tails are wrapped around. That's why they like uncoil them and then coil them back up and sent those shots down at you from the end of their tails.
Okay.
All the spikes.
I'm going to pull out, both of my pistols are spent now, so I'm going to pull out my one pistol. I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to reload it with a hollow point bullet.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at Syl, and I'm going to be like, see if you can catch it on the way down. And I'm going to fire off a pushing strike. This is one of my new ones I got with level 10. A pushing attack with my hollow point bullet, and I'm gonna try and like knock him out of the tree with a pushing attack. So this is going to be. Fuck yeah. 22 to hit.
You put that hollow point, and in your mind, you're like, "This is a special shot," and you point it, and you pop, and you got him right in the fucking like neck area, right behind the skull, just like.
And that's going to be 12 damage. Wait, no, 12 damage plus the D10. Plus 8. So that's going to be 20 damage. And it is going to. He needs to make a DC 16 strength saving throw or get pushed back 10 feet.
Nope, that's a 3 on the dice. So he's get pushed back 10 feet and falls down and takes 3d6 points of falling damage. Nine points. Looks hurt on the ground in front of you. Pretty close, about 10 feet in front of you.
Okay. I still should have some of my movement, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to run up and I'm going to just kind of like. I don't have any more attacks left. So I'm going to run up and I'm going to stand over it. And that's going to be my turn. I'm just going to kind of like be standing next to it, in between it and everybody else.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Lyle, you're up next.
All right. So there's 2 of them, right?
Yep. One is up in the trees. One, Edu, in front of you is tossed you the cube and then is standing over it.
How much damage have we done to this monstrosity so far?
Decent amount.
Decent amount of damage. I'm just gonna throw a Hail Mary before I. And how long is the river?
Mm-hmm. The river's 30 feet.
30 feet,
But
perfect.
you're
All right.
swimming, so it'll be half your movement to get across the river.
What if I dash?
It'll be just your regular 30 feet.
Then I'd get over it.
Aren't you 25 feet though? Regular movement speed.
No, I'm 35.
35. Oh,
Yeah.
because you're
Holy shit.
yeah. So you'd be able to get there no problem, in, like if you're dashing over.
Okay, so first, then I'll cast a spell. I'll try to put this mana core to sleep that just fell on the ground.
So that'll use your action, and then you can bonus action dash, right? Is that the idea?
That's the plan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I roll 5d8.
Yeah.
And I gotta pretty much hit 8
And
every
is that
time.
however much health it has left? Is that the idea?
I think it is how much it has left.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many hit points of the creatures this spell can affect?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Sure.
lowest
What's your roll?
current hit points it says. So
What's your roll?
I gotta find my d8s because I want to do it right. There's 1. There's 2. 3, 4. I thought I had 5. Okay, I'll just do 4 plus 1. Oh, there's 5. Oh! 1 dropped. That's gonna be 11, 13, 15, 16. Not enough. So
Only 16?
yeah, so I'll just kind of reach out my hand towards the mana core and a little puff of something comes out and I just go, fuck, and I stamp my foot on the ground, turn around, and dash towards the river.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You're like, God damn it. Alright, whatever. At least you tried. Yeah, you dash across the river, you're to the other side with the cube.
Yeah.
At this point, we're going to go to the manticores, who one of them, seeing you go across the river, is going to shoot out its like essentially like its blades from its tail at you.
Oh
It
no.
wraps around and at the end just fires out at you.
Okay.
One's gonna be a 18,
Hits.
15,
Doesn't hit.
and another 18.
2 hits.
That will be that's 12 points of piercing damage to you.
That total or just for the first one?
Just total.
Awesome. Perfect. I'll just be.
The other one is going to like get up and bite Brad, which is only going to be a 10 to hit, and then 2 claw attacks at you. Fucking 10 again, wild.
I'm gonna
16 to hit on the last one.
What was it?
The last one was 16 to hit, so I don't think any of them hit.
I don't think any of them will, and I'll use riposte on the last one
Okay.
to make a sword attack on him.
Yep.
And that is going to be Nat 1, baby.
Ooh, you like come up and trip over and you drop your sword and then go and like, oh fuck, and pick it up. So you can't interact with anything. You just like fuck, you just drop your sword.
Yep. What an idiot. Right on.
That's the only attack you got?
No, it was a riposte. That was my my reaction attack.
Sorry, yeah, I got
So I probably wouldn't even have been able to use my free action to pick the sword up. Like, my sword is just laying on the ground at my feet now because
Oh,
I'm an
that's
idiot.
true. Yeah, so you're gonna have to use your free action next turn to pick the sword up.
Yep.
Next is up is Syl.
So see Edu, the fucking Manicore / Edu drive a sword. I'm going to, I guess, try to just bite the motherfucker.
Get up and just yeah, okay, cool.
Don't forget.
You get up
Oh
to
shit.
the Manicore in front of Edu as a giant snake.
Yeah. I'm gonna, just walk, like, slither up beside it and then just, like, bite at it. 23 to hit.
As a giant snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that definitely hits. Yeah.
And then 2d6 plus 4. 9 points
9
of piercing.
Okay. Looking really hurt. It's not looking good.
And then and that's it, I guess. Like, I'll slither a little bit back and hiss up at the one that shot at Lyle.
Okay. You're not gonna try and constrict him or anything?
Don't I only get one attack? Like, I don't... One action, one attack?
What are you looking at giant constrictor 5e?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean here, let me pull it up real quick just to make sure. Yeah, you're right. You can either bite or constrict.
Constrict, yeah. And I ended up biting that one.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no problem. So that'll bring us to Edu. As you're right in front of this, as the giant snake comes up and bites it. You know, so you see Syl come up next to you and bites this manticore.
Is the manticore's up now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's hit the ground, but it's on its feet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's swiping at you and biting you.
Alright. I am going to free action pick up my sword off of the ground, and God damn it! And I'm just gonna like and just start swinging, and I'm gonna do a bunch of attacks. Here we go.
But here we fucking go.
First attack.
Fighter.
The fire rapier attack is going to miss. First attack is going to be an 11. Miss.
Damn.
Second attack with the fire rapier is going to be a 17.
I
That
could,
hit. Yep, that hits.
So that one should hit. Okay.
I could
so that
totally
is
imagine
going to-
this.
just like screaming and swinging. Yeah. No. Alright, I'll get all my freaking dice now. Well, 17 damage total.
How do you want to do this?
Oh shit! All right. As I'm just like swinging wildly, I think I'm just like rage swinging and like accidentally hit it more than anything, just because I'm so upset and embarrassed from dropping my sword after the last attack that I'm just like, oh, god damn it, and like accidentally like lop off a big like portion of its head or something.
So you pierce through and swipe with your rapier. The fire, like you swipe and this manticore starts to scream, and then the fire, all of a sudden, like you specifically and Syl would hear these like echoing, like almost like baboon screams, just like throughout the forest, echoing everywhere. And as you stab him or like cut his head off, it's like your blade gets repelled back by some sort of like lunar energy, this like silver energy, this radiant energy that comes out of him, and then all of a sudden it's a man sitting in front of you, laying in front of you. Like, what's happened? Where am I?
Are you all right?
This elven man. This, he's a long, blonde beard, and long blonde hair. Like, hello.
Meanwhile, Lyle's on the other side of the river, opens the dimension door. Guys! Get back! Get over here!
The manticore above seems to like see this, and I guess if that's the end of your turn, Lyle, you're up next. Yeah, if that's what you're yelling.
Okay. I thought you were taking us out of action for a second.
No,
Okay.
that's actually fine because it's your turn. Like that's you can definitely do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the dimension door. Is that a free action, or would that be considered one of my like a use?
That would be I never even like thought
guess
about that. I
it would
think
be a
it would be
use.
a bonus action to open it because it's just no, you're right. It would be a free action. You're just interacting with an object. So you're pressing the button, you're putting it out in front of you, and then boom, it does the work while you. Because I imagine if you were to like press the button as your free action, throw it behind you, turn around with the crossbow, as it's opening up, you could shoot off. You know what I mean?
Okay. I guess I'll pull out my bow
Okay.
and try to shoot the. I guess I'd be like, how far away would it be at this point? Like 60 feet.
120 feet. I think I said.
Good.
120.
Yeah, it's way out there. If you're all the way back across the river at this point. Although, he made it over there in one turn, so he can't be that far.
That's what I was thinking.
That's where you first saw. Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like 60 feet away from you, like 50 feet to the tree, but it's 30 feet in the air, some shit.
Right. That sounds right to me.
Would I be able to hit it with my short bow?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just take a shot.
Okay.
Well, am I hidden since I'm across the river? Nah, they saw me open the dimension door.
They just shot at you.
All right, so
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna shoot the short bow. God damn it, 9 doesn't hit, and then I'll use my bonus action to hide.
You use your bonus action to Oh, the door was a free action.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're just hiding behind the.
The dimension door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much the door. Yeah, I'll say totally. It's like apparating you, all the lights kind of.
That's fucking great.
You just sneak behind him.
Okay,
Like
wait.
Lyle's
Hold on.
portable cover.
Hold on. If you are hidden, you have advantage on your attack.
Yeah, but I want to be hidden after my turn is over.
Okay.
And I can't attack with bonus action. I can only hide with bonus action.
Rogue ever. No, I'm just kidding.
I am actually the worst rogue ever, but I don't care.
No, it's actually fun because rogues are OP, so you're kind of like RPing it correctly. I love it.
I'm trying.
He's new.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I literally, I'm no.
You're
no
metaing. You're
Leave
metaing.
Lyle alone.
Don't meta, Lyle.
Everybody leave Lyle alone. Yeah, so as you miss a shot, the Manticore up top is going to fly away. And you are now out of combat.
All right,
As you
sick.
have this elven man in front of you who is like pretty much naked at this point.
Where the hell did you come from?
Sexy.
I came from the forest. Where did you come from?
Well, I suppose we came from the forest too, but did you mean to be that thing?
Guys!
No, I was compelled.
Guys!
This morning,
Guys!
I went into a rage. And, next thing I know, I'm here.
I tell you what,
A curse of a very evil god.
will you come back with us to our abode for the night, and allow us to speak with you about what's happened to you?
Of course. I need shelter.
I'm gonna look at Syl. I'm gonna look at the giant snake that's sitting next to me, and I'm gonna be like, Syl, should we let's go find Lyle.
What do you mean find me? I'm right over here. No. I've been yelling this whole time.
I'm super wary. I don't want this dude to know that I'm not just a giant snake, so I'm just gonna nod and start following Edu as a giant snake.
As a snake, word.
Yeah.
As
Edu
we-
is gonna kind of like look behind him, really weird, like at Syl, kind of like off put that he's still in snake form, but going with it.
As we get to the river, I assume this guy also doesn't just magically have my water walk. So I'm gonna like look at my back and just like nod to him.
I forgot about water walk. You technically didn't need to. Fuck, sorry. Lyle, you should have been able to just run across the.
Oh, you thought I swam? That's funny. That's funny. Whatever.
So yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'm
like,
still
stick
fast
my
as
tongue
fuck.
out and like point at my back to the guy.
I think he wants you to climb on. We'll swim you across the river.
Okay. I'll get on. Thank you.
I'm gonna walk my way across because I've still got water walking, right?
Yeah, we all do. I'm just gonna slither across the top of the water.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of walk my way across and
Over to
Lyle, I saw you take that shot from across the river. That was a hell of a shot. If it would have made it, I mean, if you would have hit him, but damn, that was a long one.
Thanks.
You, yes, you.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
You can see your bolt kind of like wagging in the breeze on a branch.
Completely, not even on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
Let's take this man back to Sigil and see what he knows. And let's
Who is
see
this man?
what-
Where did this guy come from?
I don't know, man. What's your name?
What happened to the big monster that you were swinging at earlier? I could barely see
Well,
anything
this is
from
him
over
now.
here.
Yeah.
That's the monster?
Galen, I believe. It's hard to remember. Everything's foggy.
Galen?
What I remember.
and I-
Put the cuffs on him, Edu.
I'm gonna unpoof out of my snake form at that, and just hold up my hand and be like, I don't think that's necessary.
Why? You're saying this was just a giant, freaking crazy beast, lion-headed, scorpion-tailed thing, and now we're gonna just walk it into our tavern and sigil? No.
Last I remember, the fire. Something about the fire. I feel free. Something scorching on my hands and my feet, and I feel free from the bonds.
So the
Well,
fire
we're about to put the
released you.
bonds back on for just a minute
Did
until we can
did
trust you.
Did you burn me? Is that why
I
I'm
mean,
here?
we didn't burn you. I didn't hit him with the torch or anything, right?
With your flaming scimitar.
No, but you did fire damage with your rapier, which is one
Yeah.
of the like things that you and you I guess you would realize, like, with the fire, this was related to some sort of like curse of people turning into monstrosities.
Yeah. All right.
There was definitely fire involved in the last festival you were just at. You're like, interesting. Yeah.
Interesting. So you're saying the fire released you from these bonds, this curse that had a hold of you.
Fire has always been a part of it, but you must have done enough to release something. Because I do not feel this hatred, this yearning, chaos.
What about the creature you were with?
What creature?
There were two of you when we met you, and the other one flew off. Do you know? Could it have been another person trapped by this curse?
Possibly a second accursed being starved to hold off the curse.
I'm gonna look at Lyle and Syl.
Please,
I don't think he's
Edu.
danger to us now.
I
There are
think we should
dark
all just.
entities in this forest. Just beware.
I think we should all just relax and let's go to the tavern. I'm
Fine.
gonna
I give up.
Open the door and motion for our friend to go first.
I'm gonna, as he's walking past me, I'm gonna. Never mind. No. All right. I'm gonna just let him go. I'm gonna let him go. I trust him.
So you all walk in, and there's
I'm gonna
Air.
wait. As we all walk in, can I
Listen.
like hold off Edu and me to like walk in last, and then look at him and
What
be
does
like,
it do?
maybe stop saying the word sigil all the time. It seems to only bring trouble, Edu.
Ah. You know, it's probably sage advice, Syl. I appreciate you. It's sometimes I don't think so much before I speak, but that's why I keep smart folks around like you.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then we'll just head inside.
yeah, there's Arendelle sitting inside, waiting for you guys to come back in.
Arendelle.
Oh yeah, how's the travels?
That's
Jesus.
dangerous.
Yes, I bet I've done quite a bit of research and know a lot about some of the stuff we might encounter out there. What did you see?
It was goblins. We found goblins.
New
Yeah,
goblins.
They,
You
yeah.
hadn't seen them before. Durham hasn't seen them before.
they had this guy in a cage.
Holy shit! Wow. Okay. Wild to find that in the unicorn. I didn't come across any of that in my studies in the journal, but
It was like a
Wow.
whole tribe.
Should have read some different books then.
They,
Sounds
Roll
like.
deception checks. against insight.
Jesus.
Yes!
20.
No! I rolled
Um,
19. Hold up.
Hold on.
What's
I
my
got
deception?
15.
I only have
Dude.
+1. I got 20.
You
I'd say
detect
23.
bullshit. Yeah, you detect bullshit. You're like, okay.
I'm not really
I'm
gonna
just
acknowledge
kidding.
that.
We're just kidding. What do you know about people getting turned into manticores? Let me ask you that. Did you find anything like that in your book?
Into what? Manticores?
Yes.
Alex, did I find any of that in my book?
No, that's like you're different. That is a way different magic than what you were looking for.
Honestly, no. In this journal, there was a bunch on creatures and types of plants and other weird encounters, but never came across anything like that. In fact, here I have a transcript of the diary here. I'll pat towards it. If you
What
wanted
would you say is the most useful information that you were able to find?
Yeah, that's a great question.
You found what you were looking for.
Okay, but I was also like, yeah, for that stuff.
You spent a long time just going through old tomes and just trying to figure out things.
As far as my like transcribing goes, though, they for the unicorns run, did I find out anything like useful about some of the creatures?
Where
or,
we're headed in the
Yeah.
unicorn run, or like who we're trying to talk to, or
Yeah, I mean, you know of like the Saloon Temple is
Okay.
probably what you would have found. It was like the material planes. You look up the Star Mountains and you see the Temple of Saloon, which is like this highly like not a lot of people have gone there, but
like,
you know
Okay.
that it exists.
I believe I have found where we are trying to head. Right here on this page, the Saloon Temple. And oddly, does this look like the coins that the guy gave us?
Yeah, the same sort of iconography on
Okay.
the moonstones.
I'm gonna pull one of my
I'm
coins out.
gonna-
and be like, you recognize this, and set the coin right by it. Seems like
gonna-
coincidence that are running short here.
this is fantastic, Erendil. I'm gonna look back at what's it, Gaelic? Galen?
Oh, Galen.
Yeah.
Right. Who is this?
Hi.
This is a traveler we helped on the road. We're giving him a place to stay for the evening.
Is this like another one of your things you do, where you're gonna just toss him out on the street, or?
I'm gonna look at Galen. Like, no, nothing like that. We saved him from a curse while we were traveling, and we were hoping to gain some information from him. Tell me, Galen, have you seen this Temple of Saloon before?
No, I've seen. And he passes out right in front of you.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
shit.
Christ, this matter's in poor shape.
Oh shit! Is he? Does he look like he's dying?
Unstable. He's just like, it's too much energy. Like so much shit has just happened. He's just like,
Perhaps
Yeah,
we need to
he's-
let him rest for the night.
It's probably because he's exhausted from being that freaking crazy beast.
Hey, that man there was the manticore you.
What? Sorry.
Yes, it was the Manticore.
what?
Was the manticore with the goblins?
The Manticore led the goblins. It was kind of a Manticore king of the goblins
Right.
scenario.
Yep.
I see.
The king of the goblins.
Well, sounds like you very much had a full and trifle day.
Yes. I bet you're very happy that you got to stay in here and do your research today now, aren't you?
Well, I believe I've gotten us some great information on where we're going and maybe certain things to watch out for. So I think it was a success. Yes.
And with that, I think we're gonna like start off next session, and Jesse, I'll kind of brief you on the things that
Cool.
you learned in your time. And we'll...
Love it.
Oh
That
shit,
was a great session.
dude!
Yeah.
I tried getting back as a full party, but y'all were so adamant on going on that run, and I was just like,
I know,
oh fuck.
but I had a feeling that Jesse had shit he wanted to do, like backstory side.
That was a little bit
Yeah.
touched up on me. I didn't realize the time frame and stuff. Jesse probably should have been a part of that, but I'm sorry.
Oh, dude,
I'll
I like
reward
it.
you for lore because that means you spent a shit ton of time in the library.
I
Yeah,
got the whole day looking, and we can talk about what I was trying
stuck
to do
in
there.
Sigil.
This is a sacrifices for the lore dump. But
I love
I'm
it.
fascinated that this curse is going on, that like people are getting turned into manticores. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
like,
was
obviously
fucking
there's
wild, you guys. That was
Dark
awesome.
shit going on in
you find
the.
little hints of like chaos and destruction and like the tearing of throats and like this is what they see while they're like in this form. It's really there's something going on here. So
yeah.
Damn.
I'm
This is
super
fun.
stoked
This is
for
an
it.
awesome
great.
area. I'm having a
Alright.
lot of fun in the unicorn run. This
Good,
has been
yeah.
a really
That's
cool, like
cool. Let
interesting
me know.
area to explore. Yeah.
I'm very excited about this one.
Me
So,
too.
All right. So next week, same time.
Same time. Every
Love it.
fucking
Let's get Gillum
Sunday.
back. Somebody
Nah.
bug Mitchell. We need Gillum.
I
Also-
will.
Also,
Let's
toe
do it at the right time this
or a
time.
new
Yeah,
a
right.
new toe.
I think she
Yeah.
needs a new character. She's done with Toe. Just like
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Cool. That sounds fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, good night,
Word.
everybody. Thank you
Good
for
night.
showing
Good night,
up.
everybody.
Thanks,
Good job.
Alex. You're the best.
Of course.
Thanks,
See you
everybody.
all
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
you,
Thank
Alex.
you.